Some say we just went through blackberry winter, but I like to think of this time of the year as strawberry spring. Delicious red ripe strawberries are plentiful right now, especially in the produce department at your local Food City. And here to share some of her favorite strawberry recipes is Chef Julie. Good morning, Chef Julie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. It looks like you have got it covered there in the kitchen. I'm looking at all those different, you got strawberries on one end, strawberries on the other. There's plenty of strawberries to be found right now.
There are. They're very plentiful and they're just perfect. It's one of my favorite things to eat this time of year. We always look forward to those good strawberries coming in, and locally too.
And let's talk about, you got several recipes you're going to share with us today. How are we going to get started?
Well, let's start with a really simple shortcake recipe. This one can't be any more simple. You just start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, have a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of baking powder, and 1/3 cup sugar. And you can find all these things on bakingwithjulie.com, so don't worry about if you miss a recipe.
All right.
You just put it together like that. It wasn't that hard. And then you pour in a 1/2 cup of oil and 2/3 cup of buttermilk. And that's it. You just stir that together, which only takes a hot minute to do. It's real simple. And when you're done, if you want to fold in some fresh strawberries, just like 1 cup chopped, you'll end up with something beautiful like this right here. Bake it in the oven at 425 for about 12 minutes or so. It makes about a dozen of these. And they make a wonderful, delicious shortcake.
Now, the shortcake, when you top it, what are you putting on top of it? I know strawberries, but what else you got there?
I have strawberries and I have whipped cream, and I actually have something a little unique. You know, basil is a flavor that goes really good with strawberries. So what I did with this whipped cream is I actually took the whipped cream, I got it to a simmer, and I put in some basil leaves that I kind of crushed a bit, and then took it off the heat, let it steep for a few minutes, and then strained those leaves out, put it in the fridge overnight so it got nice and cool, and whipped it. And it's a really wonderful flavor that goes really well with the strawberry.
Man, that sounds delicious. That sounds wonderful. Yeah. What else have you got going on in your kitchen today?
Well, there's a super easy way to make strawberry jam and strawberry sauce. The recipes are almost identical. You start with about 1 quart of strawberries, chop them up, add some sugar, add some lemon juice. Again, the recipe's on my website. And for the jam one, you actually cook it in a skillet, because it has this wide surface area and it evaporates really well. You kind of do that together, probably about 1 cup of sugar, I'm guessing. Do it to taste. I'll have to say that. I learned you can kind of play with the sugar, a little more, a little less, but around 1 cup. Let that cook really well and get it thickened for about 10 minutes, and you have this wonderful jam, which is just beautiful, like to put on toast or desserts. The other one, the sauce, pretty much the same ingredients, but do it in a pot, and I pureed my strawberries. And I make a wonderful sauce, which is great to pour right over, you know, your little shortcake like that. Or if you want to make a beautiful banana split, you
Look
know,
at that.
you can use it there. It's so delicious, and it's so fresh. I actually put about a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar in my sauce, and that just gave it a really rich, just a little bit different flavor. It was really nice.
And that sauce really versatile, because you showed me like 2 or 3 different ways there to use that sauce, and you can hang on to that sauce. You keep it refrigerated, and it'll be good for a while.
It will be good for a while. Like, I use it to help make these little cups. Like, you don't even have to bake for this. Just buy you an angel food cake, tear it up into pieces, use some sweetened strawberries, some of the sauce, some of the whipped cream, or Cool Whip if you don't want to whip your own cream. I put a few little basil leaves on top. It makes a wonderful dessert. It's super easy and fast to do.
And I love the fact that you use other flavors like the basil and the balsamic. That just, I think it just adds some more to that strawberry flavor.
It really does. And you know, strawberries can be savory too. Right up here I have a strawberry salsa made with jalapeno, red onions, some cilantro, and lime juice, and of course the strawberries itself. And it's really delicious. It's different. You've kind of got the sweet and the heat together, and you can make it as spicy as you want. You know, leave the seeds in there and your peppers if you want it to be more spicy. It's great with chips. So that's a very different way to do it. You can also take strawberries and put a little balsamic vinegar glaze over it and some little shredded basil, which I kind of got off this plant here. And that's a wonderful flavor as well.
It's almost like a strawberry bruschetta.
Yeah, something like that, exactly. Now, one other tip I have for folks, if you're using fresh fruit on a dessert, whether it's a cake or something else, and you want it to be really pretty, there's a little trick that really helps out. You take apple jelly, heat it up a little bit, and stir it around and paint it on your berries, whether it's strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, whatever, and it makes a beautiful little shine, and that fruit will stay pretty for a lot longer. You know, fresh fruit's nice, but when you decorate with it, it has a limited shelf life. So that's a way to make it look beautiful and have that decoration stay fresh longer.
And I was going to ask you, as a chef, when you're picking strawberries or where you're buying them at the store, what are you looking for?
Well, one thing, it is hard to find a package of strawberries where all the berries are perfect. So you understand that going in, that some of them might be a little less ripe than others, and that's okay. So I go through and I pick the ones that are the ripest and the brightest, and those are the ones I would use first. If there's some that are softer, that's okay. You can turn it into jam, turn it into a sauce. You know, you don't have to have the most perfect berry. It's still delicious and wonderful. And the ones that maybe aren't quite as red, you know, just set them aside for a day or two and they'll perk right up, and then you can use those at their best.
Chef Julie, some amazing ideas. I never thought of the basil and the balsamic vinegar. That is some great ideas. I'm going to try at home. Thank you so much for taking some time teaching us a few things about strawberries today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and I do have one little senior shout out if I can give it.
Go right ahead.
Our youngest son, Aaron Boudre, graduated with honors from UH here in Johnson City, and he's headed to West Point Military Academy, and we could not be prouder of him. So congratulations to my son, Aaron.
All right. Thanks so much, Chef Julie. It is bakingwithjulie.com for more information. Everything you've seen here today can be found at Food City, and check out foodcity.com as well.